Today we are exploring Stonehenge, which is a good day trip from London or on a road trip around England. So I'm going to tell you all the tips and tricks that you need to know about visiting Stonehenge. And in British classic weather, it is actually freezing cold and raining on us, but that's not going to stop us today to make sure that you get all the information that you need. Stonehenge is one of the most popular tourist attractions in England, and it can also come as one of the most overrated and disappointing attractions. It is a set of rocks in the middle of a field, so I can understand how people get these feelings. But today I'm going to give you 5 tips to try and make the most of your visit to Stonehenge and how you can learn about this historic monument. Stonehenge is still a big mystery, so it's just a puzzle waiting to be solved. There are so many outstanding questions, like why was it built in Salisbury? How on earth did they carry those 20-ton stones all the way there? I mean, we still struggle building modern buildings, so that's quite an accomplishment to carry those stones all the way out into that field during the Bronze Age. So that brings me to tip number 1, and that is get the audio guide when you're visiting Stonehenge. It will help give you context about the rocks, and they actually have like a comedian twist to it, which gives you a sense of like a fun learning experience. So that way you don't just look at the rocks and think they're just a pile of rocks. You're learning about the history, all of the kind of stuff that archaeologists have come up with on the theories of why Stonehenge was built there and how it was built there. Tip 2, how to get there. My first recommendation would be rent a car, especially if you plan on exploring more of England. You can visit the Cotswolds, which is nearby, go to Bath, Oxford, see all the cute, beautiful towns of the English countryside. So it does add an additional value for renting a car. So it's an easy stop on your road trip and something that I would recommend doing as a part of, and that's how I went to Stonehenge this time on a trip to the Cotswolds. Transport option number 2 would be to get a tour bus. The tour buses leave from nearby major cities, so London, Bath, Oxford, and they generally cost you about £50. It will cover your transport to and from the city and also your ticket prices. You can get other things included in the nearby area, so you might have stop off at Oxford if you're going from London as an example. So there are a few options that you can really add to make your day trip worth it. The third option to getting there would be by public transport. I don't always feel like you save money by public transport in this option. There are ways that you can save money on public transport, but I'll go into that in another video. However, due to the nature of visiting somewhere, you just don't know how much time that you need to get to the venue and how often the buses are running. So it will time constraint you. So that's something to be mindful of. And the cheapest tickets are always advanced tickets, which lock you into a train time. Whereas off-peak and peak tickets mean that you have the flexibility and they will cost you more. So you're looking between £20 to £40 return for a ticket. And then you're also looking at an additional £20 to get entry into the site. So it quickly adds up to the same cost as a tour company, and that's a lot less stress than you need to worry about. Tip 3 is book in advance. During the summer, there are tons of people that go to Stonehenge, and you may not always get a ticket into the site. I went during winter when it was hailing, and of course there was no one there because no one wants to see the Stonehenge in all of its elements while it is hailing on you, like myself filming this for you guys. But as I did say at the beginning of the video, it is England's most popular tourist attraction outside of London, and therefore it gets tons of tourists, like buses full. So if you don't book in advance, then you potentially won't get a spot to see it. Tip number 4, a National Trust or an overseas English Heritage Pass. If you're planning to visit lots of places, especially as a resident of the UK, or you plan on getting the 16-day English Heritage Pass, then you will have a bunch of places that you can visit on that, and one of them being Stonehenge. This can be a great way to save money, especially if you're a history buff, because you can plan in your trip how many places you wish to see on those lists and really make the cost worthwhile. It's not as expensive as adding, kind of 5 different heritage sites, and you're saving money. So definitely have a look into that, and I'll drop the links in the description below. Tip number 5, is Stonehenge worth visiting? Stonehenge is something that should be on your list if history and learning about ancient cultures is something that you really enjoy, then definitely add it to your bucket list when you visit here. However, if you're a big foodie, then looking at Stonehenge might not be up your alley, and that's okay. Just look up the information beforehand to see if it's something that interests you. I always see lots of people on Facebook groups being like, should I go to Stonehenge? And it truly is a personal choice. So if you have more things that you want to visit in London, then there are some videos popping up now, and I will see you in the next video. And that was really handsy, like it's like this, like I'm on a DJ. Okay.